Morning, everyone. It's my birthday, if you haven't guessed. Woo! And I'm the big 5-0 today. So you're going to get a special practice with me today. Thank you very much for joining me on my birthday. I'm really delighted to have you here. So let's come on to our mat. I will take my sash off. My lovely boss sent me this sash, so I wanted to wear it. And my friend Tuana, who works at Yoga Mat, has sent me my mat. She sent me my costume. My friend at work sent me my tiara. I've got my Lakshmi. So I'm just got plants, I've got flowers. Somebody sent me a breakfast. I've had a lovely morning so far. And it's just about to get better. I wasn't going to cancel my yoga class on my birthday. I love sharing the joy. So my joy today, the practice is going to be called, it's going to be a really joyful practice that brings lightness. We have super moon, pink moon coming up, the Scorpio full super moon. So we're going to be inspired by the moon, the full pink moon in April. We're going to be inspired by Lila. Lila is the play of the universe. So there's going to be playfulness in our practice today. So let's just kind of bring that inner smile to the heart, inner smile to the face. And so our mudra, I'm going to be really excited today. You're just going to have to bear with me, yogis. Our mudra for today is Udan mudra. Udan mudra. Udan means upward lifting energy. So there's pran, which is life force energy. And there's different types of life force energy, depending on what kind of energy we wish to create or which kind of energy we're harmonizing with. And Udan Pran, this is an upward lifting life force energy. So it's very joyful, and it kind of like, if you imagine the heart space up towards the throat, this Udan energy really flows up from here and you gift it up and out to the world. So it's a beautiful energy to work with. Bring your index and thumb together. And then bring your middle finger to rest on top of the nail of your index finger. And then you have your ring and little fingers gently curled. So thumb and index come together, middle fingers to the top of the index nail, and then your ring and little finger just gently curled. And this is Udan, palms face up on your knees. Let's settle onto our mat. Thank you, Tuana, for my mat. I love you. Closing your eyes. Come back in. Bring your hands into Udan Mudra. Thumb and index together, middle on ring, on index, and ring and little finger extended. Lengthening through your spine, lifting the heart space, expanding with joy. Palms are face up on your knees. Inviting a sense of lightness to your body. Thinking about how the energy, this life force vitality from the heart space can fill your chest and expands with the breath, with energy. And this energy is what we connect to when we're in joy, when we're playful, when we're in a mood of celebrating, of laughing, of enjoying and being with our loved ones, our friends, our family. It's this sense of lift you get, and you know when it's not there, and you know when it's there. We often feel it on a spring morning in April, on a birthday, for example. We feel it when we see the sun shining. We see when we look up at the sky and see the super moon illuminating the night sky. So our practice today is going to be full of Lila, this playfulness of the universe, of Shiva and Shakti, these energies. Shiva, the consciousness, Shakti, the spark of energy. Our mantra for today, so I'm wearing Lakshmi, playfulness of this day, starting off with all of this wonderful chaos of the universe. This chaos of the universe, when things aren't going to plan and things are happening spontaneously, this is Lila. This is the essence of the unpredictability, the spontaneity of life. When opportunities present themselves to you, when gifts come into your life unexpectedly, this is the joy it gives you, Udan. Let's get started. Our mantra, Om Shri Mahalakshmi Namaha. Om Shri Mahalakshmi Namaha. Invocation to the great deity Lakshmi. Lakshmi is the goddess of abundance, abundance of joy, abundance of love. Om Shri Mahalakshmi Namaha. Om Shri Mahalakshmi Namaha. Om Shri Mahalakshmi Namaha. Om. 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 Namaste. Sasrikal. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome. Finally, we can settle in this moment of joyfulness. So I'm going to take my beautiful sash off and I'll put it here so it's not right in front of me. Let's start by circling our hips. So let's do a little bit of spinal articulation, spinal movement here, placing your hands on your knees and begin to circle your spine, starting at the very root and rising up. And you can circle over to one side. It doesn't matter which side you started in. Inhaling as you go forward, exhaling as you round back. And then let's make this dance of the spine a little bit smaller, a little bit more refined until you come to stillness. And then let's reverse the motion, large circles in the opposite direction. These are Sufi circles. So there's been a great influence on yoga from Sufi Islam, from Jainism, Buddhism, Sikhism, and Hinduism. There's just a plethora of faiths that have informed the practice. So you'll see some of the movements are very much influenced by like dervish practices, for example. Let's make this movement smaller and smaller. And then let's perhaps we rise over with our right arm up and over through center. Remember to bring your Udan Mudra with you, your fingers in this seal of joyful upward lifting energy. Let's flow from side to side. So really flowing today. You don't have to do anything perfectly today. As you can tell, this morning already is not going perfectly to plan. We're just going to go with the flow. Bringing this element of Lila, the dance of life, the dance of the universe. And now let's turn over to the left, in through center, over to the right. And let's flow from side to side. So you can move slowly. You can move with a little bit more pace. Your choice. And perhaps each time as you turn slightly deeper. The twist is more intense. Back to center. Let's open out our arms, bring your hands into Gyan Mudra, and let's sway from side to side. Maybe reaching out as far as you can, perhaps making this movement even longer, leading with your hands. Now let's open out the arms, right arm to the top, left arm to the bottom in a diagonal across your heart space. So cross your heart space here, opening up this from each side, and perhaps you again bring this lateral movement in. One more. And we're not being precise because this is the chaos of dance. We're just going to do what feels good for us. Now let's bring our hands together. Interlace all your fingers, release your index, cross your left thumb over the right thumb, and let's reach forward. Inhale to reach up above your crown. Exhale forward. Inhale up, reaching forward, and then up. Again, you can move slowly or you can move with some pace. You're going to be feeling this in your shoulders most certainly. And then like next time we're reaching up, let's go over to the left. Inhale to center, over to the right. Inhale, center, release your hands, interlace your hands behind your back. And again, you can have all your fingers interlaced. You can take hold of your wrists, elbows, interlace your fingers. You can come into Kallie Mudra with your index released, thumbs crossing, reach back behind you. Draw your shoulder blades together so that you open out with the heart space. I'll turn around so you can see me. And then as you exhale, let's come down towards the earth. Inhale to rise. Exhale, fold. You don't have to come very far forward. Come a little way forward. I'm inhaling to rise, exhaling to fold. 3 more here. And then let's release our hands. Maybe you shake out your wrists. Wobble them up and down. I'm going to take my rings off because my rings often fly off my hands when I do that. I don't want to lose my rings. Really, just let them be loose, floppy. Those wrists, lovely and floppy. Oh, that's great. Maybe you squeeze your fingers and flick them open like stars. Just go with flow. We're just waking up our body, really creating this sense of energetic flow in the body. Imagine that you have these silvery beams of the pink moon just emanating through your body, reaching out through all the points of your body, but especially here at the heart space, this pink super moon at the heart, and just feeling the heart space. And pink, and you can see I'm wearing my my stones here for love and joy. Now we're going to do a round of Kapalabhati breath. This is fire breath or breath of joy. And then we're going to come to more active movement. So Kapalabhati breath, and I'll turn sideways so you can see my belly, so you can see it pumping in and out. Sitting tall here. Now Kapalabhati breath is called shining skull breath. You inhale and then exhale actively. So exhale is active. So if you place your left hand on your belly, and then you'll be able to feel the movement of your belly coming out. So inhale, so your belly expands. As you exhale, you draw the belly button back towards the spine, and you forcefully breathe the breath out through the nose. So in through the nose is passive because it happens automatically, happens on the return. The exhale is the active breath today. We'll do about, about 60 seconds of breath. If you get lightheaded, return to long, slow breathing. If you are pregnant we are having, you're on your moon cycle today, or if you have a migraine, then just do long, slow breathing. Remember to bring your hand mudra, udana, udan, onto the right hand, left hand on belly. Inhale through your nose. Exhale, Kapalabhati. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold the breath out. So exhale all the breath. Squeeze at the pelvic, your mula bandh. Draw in your rib cage. Mula bandh is engaged. And then drop your chin to your throat, your Jalandhar bandh. So these are the 3 great locks. The great locks, Mahabandh. Holding the breath out for as long as you can. And then when you're ready, release the throat lock, the Jalandhar bandh, by lifting your chin. Take a full breath in. Hold the breath in. And tuck your chin with the full breath in until you can hold that breath in no longer, and then release the chin and breathe out slowly. Yay. Marvelous. Everybody, let's come onto all fours, fingers on the earth. Tuck your knees underneath you, tuck your toes. Take a moment here. Let's sway our hips from left to right. Perhaps you bend your elbows in both directions. So remember, we're doing this Lila dance. So perhaps you lean more into one side. Circle, large circles with your hips. One direction and then the other direction. So almost from table to child's pose as you move here. And you're definitely, if you've got vata bones like me, you'll hear them cracking. Now coming back to table. Let's start with our classic cat-cow, Madhyasana and Bithyasana. So as you inhale, you're going to lift your tailbone, dip your lower back, shine your heart forward, lift your gaze, open at the throat. That's your Udan Pran, your Udan energy. As you exhale, rounding through. So tucking your tailbone, drawing your navel towards your spine, rounding your upper back, tucking your chin. Inhale, Madhyasana cat. Exhale, Bithyasana cow. So let's flow like this. 3 movements here will probably be enough, unless you want to take some more. And then let's reach out long with the right leg. Give myself a bit more space. And then let's just sway from left to right on the ball of our foot. And now I want you to bring the inside of the foot all the way in, then come on to the ball of the foot, and then take the outside of the right foot all the way. So you're just going to be moving on your foot, your hips go with it. So you can see that I'm rolling through my right foot. So you can feel that going from one side to the other side. And then back to center here. Take a moment here. Plant through the right hand, claw through the earth, and then lift the left fingertips up to the sky. Open across your heart. Reach behind you. Up and over. Reach forward. Go, reaching up, behind you, and then this sort of rainbow going forward. Large sort of this semicircle. And then bring that left hand to the earth. Come onto the tips of your right hand. So high fingertips here on the right hand. just for a moment. That will release the tension in your wrist. Press through the finger pads. You can see here how strong your fingers are. So you can really lift the weight out of your wrist by using your finger pads. Yeah. Take a moment here, and then let's circle that right wrist. Place the left hand on the earth. Come onto the inside, big toe side of your right leg. And then lift your right hand up. So you want to be nicely balanced here. Your hand can be in your Udana Mudra. Exhale, right hand to the earth. Bring that right knee, tuck it in. Reach it up behind you. And let's flow like this 3 times, bringing that knee to nose and then lifting the toes up towards the sky. And then bring that right knee to the earth. Take a moment here. Let's reach out long with the left leg. Tuck the toes. So we're going to maybe sway from left to right for the moment. Stay on the ball of your feet as you sway from left to right. And then we're going to bring in the whole of the foot. So we're going to roll to the big toe side, the inside of the foot, to the ball of the foot, and then to the little toe side of the foot. This little dance here of Lila. And then let's come back to center. Take a moment here. Press into the left hand and through the finger pads in particular, and reach the right hand up this time. Reach behind you. Then let's do this rainbow over, going, reaching through center, reaching forward, reaching back. So let's do this a few times here. Thinking about the radiance of the rainbow, the shimmering light of a rainbow that brings joy on maybe a wet day, on a rainy day when the sun comes out. And then let's bring that right hand to the earth. Take a moment here. Switch the weight into your right hand now. Turn onto the big toe side of your left leg. Inhale to reach up with your left arms, your left hand. Little balance there. Exhale, hands to the earth. Let's roll onto the ball of our foot. Bring in the knee to heart. Lift the toes. Inhaling to heart. Lifting the toes. Hug in your navel. Grip the mat. Squeeze the legs in towards each other even as you lift. And then when you're ready and happy here, we can bring that right knee down to the earth. And remember to come up on the fingertips of the left hand and the fingertips of the right hand, just to release the tension from the wrist. That will really help. Take a moment here. Bring the big toes to touch, knees wide as your mat, and then walk your hands back towards you. We're going to come into Simhasan, lion's pose. So lion's pose here. Turn, flip your hands so that your left fingertips come in towards your body, and your right fingertips coming towards your body, so that your wrists are on the outside here. And then just either lower your heel of your hand or keep it lifted, depending on how much space you have here on this inner wrist. Some of us are all going to be in different places here. And let's breathe here. Myself back. Take a full breath in. Exhale, poke your tongue out. Loud sound through the mouth. Twice more, and you can open your eyes really wide. One more. Let's go for one more for luck. Inhale fully. Release your hands, rotate your wrists one way then the other way. Let's be playful. Take a moment. Now here, wherever you are, you've got your knees, your feet tucked in. Let's step forward with the right foot. So you're stepping forward with the right foot, coming into this low lunge here. I want you to bring your right hand to the inside of your right foot. Now, yogi's choice. You can stay on your right hand or you can come onto your forearms. Actually, before we do that, let's sink in and out of this right hip. So just sink in and out. I'll move my hands out of the way so you can see what we're doing. If you need to pad the left knee, pad the left knee. So we're just firing up the hips here. So we're just igniting our passions. This super moon is about connecting with our passions, illuminating all of the depths that we have, all of the emotions, the inner vulnerabilities that we have, and bringing them up, manifesting them, bringing them up to the surface so that we can play with our emotions. Okay, let's bring our hands back to stillness here, hips back to stillness. Drop into that right hip. You can stay on your hands. You can come onto your forearms. You can use a bolster or blocks underneath your hands or your forearms. And then wherever you are, let's turn the right knee out. So I'll show you, turn the right knee out and come onto the little toe side of your foot. See how that feels in your hip. So you can have your hands on the earth. You can have your hands on blocks. You can be quite high up. You don't need to be all the way down towards the earth. Be where you wish to be. And then let's just pulsate here. A little bit of pulsation, a little bit of movement. Moving into this, expanding and contracting. And perhaps you sway from left to right. We're just playing around with our body today. This is the practice of playfulness. One breath here. And then let's rise up onto your hands, or you can stay on your forearm. But what I'd like you to do is shift all of the weight onto some of the weight onto your left arm or left hand, and then reach the right arm behind you with your Udaan Mudra. So I'll be either on my hands, reaching behind me, or I'll be on my forearm, reaching behind me. Take your gaze, open your heart wherever you are. Exhale, right hand back to the earth, rise up, reach back with your tailbone towards your heels, extend to that right leg, and then let's just pulsate backwards and forwards here for a few breaths. Engage your core, lengthen your spine as you roll all the way through your foot. And then let's bring this right knee back and step forward with the left foot. And again, we're going to bring that left hand to the inside of that left foot. And let's just pulsate backwards and forwards here. Using this Ujjayi breath here. So Ujjayi breath is that sound at the back of the throat with the constricted throat. And it sounds like the ocean. So the full moon that we're moving into, the full moon in Scorpio, is an intense, watery, emotional moon. It's one of the most passionate moons of the year. And those of you who know me really well know that I'm a very passionate person and can sometimes be very with my emotions and my thoughts. So when we've had enough of that swaying backwards and forwards, let's come back in stillness. Now here's your option: on your hands, hands on blocks or bolster, or come down onto your forearms. Roll out onto the outer edge of your left foot, the little toe side, and wing out this left knee. And again, you can sway here. If you're on your forearm, sometimes it helps to interlace your hands. And then let's come into stillness just for a moment. Now, yogi's choice, you're either on your hands or on your forearms. If you leave your right hand or forearm on the earth and reach back with your left arm, open out your heart. Take your gaze behind and up. Your drishti is somewhere where the ceiling meets the wall, where the wall meets the ceiling rather. Om Shri Mahalakshmi Namaha. Think about what abundance you want to grow and nourish and enrich. Abundance of love, of passion, of joy, of lightness of being. One more here. Let's bring that left hand back. Rise up. Reach back with your tailbone towards the heel. And then we can just Ardha Hanumanasana, and we can just flex backwards and forwards here. Engage through your navel. Hug the legs in towards each other so that your muscles are engaged. One more here. And then let's bring that right knee back. Let's move into Parvatasana mountain pose. Take your hands wide. Press your finger pads into the earth. Claw your hands like tiger paws. Press into the knuckles on the palm here and the outer edges. So really connect with the little finger and the index finger of your hands. Tuck your toes, engage your core by drawing in your navel, and then lift your tailbone, keep your knees bent. And here for a few moments, let's just move backwards and forwards. Pulsating here, playing here. So this is a variation of Vyagrasana, tiger pose. And then let's reach back with the tailbone and walk through our feet. Heel coming to the earth, bending into the opposite knee, swaying the hips here. One breath more. Coming into stillness. Tailbone reaching up. Maybe you continue to move if you wish, if you still feel like you need that movement. Reach back with your right foot towards the sky behind you, or the wall behind you, whatever's behind you. And then let's step forward with that right foot between our hands. Take a moment here in low lunge. If you wish to bring the left knee to the earth, you may do that, yogi's choice. Take a moment here. And then let's walk our hands back towards us and begin to straighten through that right leg so that we come into pyramid. So you might want to step forward that behind leg. Hands can be on blocks here. One breath here, halfway, then fold. So let's pulsate a little bit here. So you might bend into that right knee and then straighten through that right knee. See what feels good for you here. So perhaps you round over your knee as you bend into your knee and then come halfway as you straighten through that right leg. Now press into your finger. So you can be high in your fingers, or you can have your hands on blocks or on a footstool or on the sofa. We're going to hop this left foot onto the toes. And when you're ready, You're going to lift it off the earth. So you can keep the toes on the earth. Remember, your hands can be on the earth, on furniture, on the wall. Move into Chandrasana, moon pose. So remember, this right hand is going to stay on the earth, connected with your foundation, something that provides you with stability, either the earth or props or the wall. And then when you're ready, begin to lift the left fingertips up towards the sky. Perhaps you flex into your right foot. So remember, this left foot, the left foot can stay on the earth. So you can be in different places. All together with care, bend into that left knee. Bring the left fingertips back down towards your support. And then bring that left knee in towards the heart. Hug it in. Reach it behind. You keep your fingers on the earth. Hug it in. Reach it behind. So you can reach parallel or down towards the earth. One more time. Hug it in. And then this time, bring the left foot to meet the right foot. In forward fold. Bend into your knees. Hug the back of your legs with your hands. Perhaps you take hold of opposite elbows. Maybe you sway very gently on your feet here, backwards and forwards. If it feels too wobbly to have your hands off the earth, place your hands on the earth. Just wobble on your feet. Just flow from the ball to the heel here. Really connecting through the feet. One more breath here. Release your hands from behind you. Come into your Udaan Mudra, index on thumb, middle on index. Inhale, rise through chair pose, up towards the sky. Gentle back bend. Exhale, hands to the heart. Beautiful practice. Now here at the top of your mat, place your hands on your thighs. Bend into your knees. We're going to do some spinal waves here. So rounding through. So you can see just the way that I do this, because everybody's body will move differently. I hug in my navel towards my spine, round through my back, a bit like seated cat-cow. And then I release my navel, open out across my heart space, lift my tailbone. And then I just keep this movement going, and then I might bring my knees into it. Feeling this movement, this awareness of the self. Trust in the abundance and flow of the universe. This new supermoon, the pink moon in April, raises your vibration because it's so huge. The supermoon looks so huge. It's so illuminating that it raises all of our energies. Come into stillness, take a moment here. So still keep that bending your knees. Open out your arms in that diagonal, right arm reaching up, left arm down. Bring your hands to your heart, and then let's open up in the other direction. Sink down low as you can go. Maybe you go lower each time until you can't go lower anymore. And then maybe you rise. So this is how you play with your practice. Yoga doesn't have to be stagnant or still. And then let's bring your hands to your heart in Anjali. So Anjali is that softly closed palm where there's a gap in the palm and fingertips are together. This bud. And inhale, rise up, open your hands in Padma, lotus to the sky. So you open your middle fingers, thumb and little fingers connected. Exhale, hands to your heart. Take a moment here. Reach up. Exhale, fold. And now let's step back long with the right leg. So drop that right foot so we come into this pyramid shape, which is where we started. Now you might bend, let's flex here. So flex into that left knee. Was it this way around? I can't remember which way I started. I'm sure. Yes, this is absolutely right. We are working our left leg this time. So straightening and bending through that leg. Fingers can be on any surface. So remember your foundation, your blocks, your props, the wall, your furniture. And then let's take a moment here. And we're going to find our earth, whichever place our earth is. I'm going to hop that right foot forward slightly so we come onto the toes. And here, yogi's choice, where you come up. So those right toes can stay on the earth, or you can raise them. I'm going to turn around so you can see me. Wherever you want. And these hands, remember, they can be on the wall. You can have one hand holding the wall or on a door. And then when you're ready, let's draw the right hand up towards the sky. So remember, you can be here. Oh, I've got my blocks there. I didn't even realize I had my blocks there. So you could be here. This is a beautiful way to do it because you can really open out your heart. One more here. When you're ready, let's float that right hand down towards the earth. Bend into this right knee and bring it in towards the heart. And then reach back. Folding that right knee in towards the heart, bringing it knee to heart, knee to nose. And then when you're ready, let's bring that right foot to the left. Bend into the knees, take hold of your elbows or wrists behind your legs. Or perhaps you cross your hands and take hold of your ankles, whatever you wish here. A deep forward fold here with a deep bend in the knees. When you're ready, release. Let's rise up through Utkatasana chair pose. Come to standing. This time we won't do that movement. Coming to standing here at the top of your mat. Oh, beautiful. I wish we could practice all day long today. There's so many joyful things I want to do with my practice today. We're going to move into Pasarasana. So this is angel pose. So stop at your mat. You're going to start off by shifting the weight into the right leg. And then take the left toes behind. Stay on your toes here. Arms come alongside you and perhaps you begin to move them back. Now you can stay here with the left toes on the earth. We're going to move from here and then bend our left knee and rise up with our arms towards the sky. And then take our arms, swing them alongside our body and reach our left toes behind us. The toes can stay on the earth here, or you can lift them off the earth. So inhaling, rising up, exhaling, flowing back into angel pose. Engage your muscles here. Pasarasana. So really feel like you're squeezing the legs in towards each other. Engage your core, open your heart, lift the sternum, broaden the collarbones, relax the shoulders. Use your gaze and focus it on one point, your dristi, your focal point. Ujjayi breath, this breathing sound like as if it's the sound of the ocean in a shell. Last one here. And then let's bring that left foot to the earth, jiggle it around, and then let's reach back with the right toes. Draw your shoulder blades together, open across your heart. Find your drishti. Inhale, bend into your right knee, lift your arms overhead. Exhale to fly here. Inhale to rise up. Exhale to fly, your radiant, shimmering self. So for me this year, I was thinking about what I would like to manifest and illuminate in this year. The last years, we know we've been revealing many of our inner shadows, being very aware with new awakenings for many of the world around us. Just thinking about how moving through, we can maintain a sense of love and gratitude and joy and trust in the universe, in the divine. So for me, I want to be radiant this year. Last year, I've had a difficult time, and I would like to invite in radiance, abundance of passion, reignite my passions. And when you're ready, let's come back to center. Take a moment here. And we're going to do breath of joy. So breath of joy. It's going to be quite hard. So remember, the breath of joy is a folding motion. So I'm trying to stand which way. Probably facing forward is better. So breath of joy, we bend into our knees. Breathe. Take our arms up. Take our arms out. In, up, and then down. So up, down, to the side, and up, and down. So we just create this momentum with our arms. So we can create a momentum, and you'll feel the whooshing of energy around you. You'll feel the energy swirling around you. Inhaling whenever we rise up and open out. Exhaling whenever we come down towards the earth. Your breath can be strong and powerful. Your breath can be gentle and flow with ease. You find what you do. You'll kind of get into a rhythm of this. So let's just have our Udaan Mudra. Connect with our mantra, Om Shri Mahalakshmiye Namaha. Thinking about what it is that you wish to invite into your life, which abundance of love, of joy, of gratitude, of passion, of well-being, of radiance. Inhaling up, exhaling down, inhaling out, exhale. In, exhaling down, inhaling out, exhaling down. So just flow like this. And if you just go from side to side, if you just go up and down, that's fine. And if you forget to go up, that's okay. All we want to do is experience the Lila of this movement, this flow of movement here, forward and up, out, rising and falling. This expansion and contraction, the spanda of the universe, the pulsation of the universe, the playfulness of Lila. If you get lightheaded, stop. You don't need me to tell you that, but if you get lightheaded, then just slow down. And then let's begin to slow down. And what we'll do is we'll come down into a forward fold. Stay here for a moment or two just to come into stillness. If you feel lightheaded, I invite you to come onto your knees and sit back on your heels. Come into your Sukhasana. So let's just take a few moments to acclimatize, reacclimatize. And when you're ready, let's all meet in the same place, sitting on our knees. Take a moment here. So from here, I want to, I'm not going to have like Shavasana today. We're going to bring our right hands, both our hands to the earth. So place the right hand to the center here, and then reach the left leg long behind you. Place it on the earth. So we've kind of been here before. Now your option to stay here in this half plank, or just reach out long with your right leg and come into full plank here. So your feet can be stacked, they can be crossed. You can just get this back in there. So we're all going to be in different places here. Now, wherever you are, whether you're in half plank or the extended plank, I want you to bend into that top leg, that left leg. Did I say that's the top leg? Yeah, I did. Bring the sole of the foot to the earth. So you'll either have that right leg still extended, or you'll bring your foot to the earth like this. Now, wherever you are, if you've now got that left foot on the earth and you had your right knee on the earth, you can bring your hand to the earth to support you, and you can stretch out with that right leg because you're still supported here by 3 points. So see how this feels. So everybody should be in this variation now. I want you to lift, lower your hips toward the earth. So let me talk you through that again if you lost me. So say you were in the Ardha Vastisthasana variation, the half plank variation. Left arm was up or on your hips. Let's bring that left foot in. You can bring that left hand down to the earth and reach out with your right leg. So we all end up in the same place here. And then lower the right hip, to the earth. And lift it. Lower it. Come onto your fingertips because you will be working in this right arm as well. Oh. And one more time. And then come down. Take a moment here. Hug in this left foot. Roll onto your sit bones fully. You can see we're coming into our twist. Hug it in. Reach out with the right arm. Hug it and wrap it around your left knee. Reach up with your left fingertips and bring them behind you. Gaze over your shoulder. Your hands in Udana Mudra. Keep that right leg extended for today, foot flexed. Notice how the breath feels here. You'll notice that the breath is really circulating around the heart space. There's a real sense of energy, of this dancing silver rays of the full moon in my heart. This pink moon in April. It's not actually pink. It's called a pink moon, but it is a super moon. So it looks, I think it looks about 14% bigger than usual. Inhale, turn back to center, counter twist to the right. Take a moment here and we're going to repeat this whole cycle on the other side. So let's come onto the left hip here. And so place your left hand on the earth. So we'll work through it in the opposite direction this time. So let's place that right foot on the earth and then come onto that left knee. And then extend that right leg long if you want to do the half variation. If you want to go into the full variation, remember your shoulder and wrist of your left hand is stacked. If you want to go into the full variation, like the kind of both legs extended of Vastisthasana, which there's no need to do because this is beautiful in itself. I love this variation. You can extend your left leg long. You can cross at the ankles or you can stack your feet. Lift the hips if you have both legs extended. Keep opening the heart space. One more breath here. Now, depending on where you are, if you have your left knee bent, bring the right hand to the earth and step forward with that right foot. And then extend that left leg long underneath you, come onto the little toe side, and then lower the left hip towards the earth. So I'm going to turn around and look at you because I don't know if my bum looks big in this. It's not what you want to look at on a morning, is it? Just getting used to my new mat as well. Right, and let's rise and fall here. Remember, if you have both legs extended, you just bend into the top leg and bring that right foot to the earth. So let's do this a few times. Nearly there. Remember, if it begins to feel like you're dropping your weight into your wrist, you can come up onto your high fingers. And then last time, let's lower onto the left hip, roll on our sit bones, hug in that right knee, open out the left arm, hug that knee in, reach over with our right arm, open our heart, gaze over our shoulders, flex that left foot. Coming into Ardha Matsyendrasana, seated twist. Oh, nearly there. Breathing and noticing the quality of the breath, how playful and light the breath is. Lila, the breath, the energy, life force energy dancing within your body. All of your body awake and alert. Inhale, turn to center. Counter twist over to the left. Back to center, uncross your legs, bend into both your knees, place your hands behind you, and let's swing our knees from left to right. And then cross your legs. Ta-da! Come to sit on your block. Wear your sash. Wonderful. So if you're buzzing, let that energy just like, I really like to visualize light in my body as I'm using my breath. So I feel like there are all these love beams of the pink moon emanating throughout my body. But I particularly feel like, you can even hear from the sound of my throat, that there's been a lot of work happening here in the heart space and the throat space. So this is where Udan, this upward energy, upward lifting, upward flying energy really works. Udana, you might hear it as Udana or Udan. And really to expand the heart space so we connect with joy, gratitude and love. Hands in your Udana or Udan Mudra, thumb and index, middle to index nail, palms face up, little and ring finger gently curled. Let's close our practice by chanting Om Shri Mahalakshmi Ye Namaha, invoking the goddess of abundance, the deity of abundance, that may she bring riches of the heart, of the soul, of the mind, of friendship and love, so that we may illuminate, shine, shimmer, and be radiant throughout this month of April, through to the pink moon, and for me, for the rest of my year and decade. Om Shrim Mahalakshmiye Namaha. Om Shrim Mahalakshmiye Namaha. Om Shrim Mahalakshmiye Namaha. Om Shanti Shanti, Shanti. Blessings to you all. Thank you so much for joining me on my birthday. I just loved having you here. And I loved all the chaos at the beginning, but I apologize for it because I'm sure it's not what you expect in a yoga class.